Hi guys.
Hi guys.
Welcome to the Journey Within. My name is Charity.
And I'm Malena. Pro-life, pro-choice. This is a very controversial debate going around the country. Worldwide, it's affecting women and the entire population, and it's going to affect the coming generation because of
The choices people.
No, because of the law, the legal framework surrounding it. So let me give you a background. So in 1969, a certain lady called Jane Roe, she was pregnant, and then she decided to terminate. She went to a clinic to terminate her baby, but in the state she was in Texas, and at that time Texas abortion was illegal. So she decided to go to court, I think, to ask for permission to terminate the baby. She goes to court. She goes against the district attorney, who was Wade. So I think the famous Roe versus Wade case law.
Very famous law.
It's very famous.
Very famous
Yeah.
case.
So the ruling went on, and then the judge decided that in the first trimester, a woman has a right to terminate the baby if it's infringing on her privacy. But in the second trimester, it's the government. The government can regulate whether you can terminate or not, depending whether it's a matter of life and death. Then in the third trimester, still it's the government to decide. No, actually, even there was no discussion there in the third trimester that you're having the baby. You're having the baby, yes. So unfortunately, she wasn't in the first trimester, so she gave birth. So she gives birth and she donates the baby. So recently, last year, the Roe versus Wade case was overturned. And what's the ruling? That even in the first trimester, you cannot abort. So you can imagine. That's when the pro-life, pro-choice comes in. That women they took away the right of a woman to decide whether you can abort.
She can abort or keep the baby.
Keep the baby, yes. And even when it is life-threatening, you have to the paperwork to clear you for an abortion. It takes too much.
It takes long, and the baby is growing.
And if it is a high-risk pregnancy, the chances are that you are going to pass on while waiting for approval to terminate. Yeah. So that's what's happening in the US, and it's going to come within time. This law
it's definitely going to come here.
We all know that in Uganda, abortion is illegal, although there are certain hospitals, clinics that were given the mandate because they take on safe abortion, like Mary Stops.
Yeah.
But otherwise, other girls are having abortions in
unhealthy abortions.
Unhealthy abortions. Some lose their lives. You know, it's illegal. So when you're doing a crime, it's never done right because
actually,
it's a crime.
Let me tell you, to make things worse, like in the whole of East Africa, the abortion rate in Uganda is high.
Yes.
In the whole of East Africa, for every 1,000 women, about 53 people are doing abortions.
And on the 50 abortions, they're illegal.
Yes.
You can imagine. We're having a problem, but we're not solving the problem. It's here with us, and women are probably pregnant and they don't want the pregnancies, so they're aborting. So it comes back to pro-life, pro-choice. Yeah. So the instances whereby, to me, I'm pro-life is
you want to.
Yes, I would love to have the baby, but also babies are a gift from God, really. There's so many mothers who want to get pregnant.
Are you ready to have the baby? Yes, we understand babies are a gift from God, but are you ready to have that baby? Are you emotionally ready?
To be honest,
leave alone even the financial things and whatnot.
Yes,
are you emotionally ready? Do you have the emotional support? Now take an example of like teenage pregnancies.
Yes. Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah, I know of a case scenario where a girl got pregnant. She was at university, and her family like disowned her.
Oh dear.
Yeah, they totally disowned her. She did not abort her baby. she gave birth to the baby. And you know, the funny thing is that African society, with time, they come back.
They are,
and
they're
they're even
accepting.
Yeah, and they're even happy about this baby with time. But you can imagine the emotional stress you go
torture.
through. Yes, the torture. And even to make things worse, you find even the man who was responsible also maybe denied.
Yes.
You know, that stress that you go through.
It's not worth it. But also on the
Because
other,
you did pro-life.
But also on the other hand, to be honest, if you do a survey and you ask women who have children, were you ready to have this child? 99% no one is ever ready.
Are women ever ready to have kids?
We are never ready. But you see, it's a natural thing. That's where the power of God comes in, that even though when you're not ready, He will make you go through it.
We are born naturals.
Yes.
Yeah. So
pro-life. But also, apart from that, also we are also having the problem of Christianity, because let's say in the Catholic Church, contraceptives, family planning is not
sanctity of life.
Is not welcome. So
It's not something they support.
Yeah.
And you know, for them, they believe that, okay, I know we all believe that life begins at the time of inception.
Yes, when the baby is still in the womb.
When the baby is
an egg. Yeah. And even the law says that even the baby has a right of life when it's still in the womb. You get it?
But the baby is not even born. Me, the mom, I feel like me as a mom or as the child bearer, I have the right over that person, over
true.
That baby. So I decide if
you
I'm
decide
ready
for both of you. Yeah.
Thank you.
But also you can give birth. I don't know, give birth and then you adopt, ask for adoption. Yeah, and help another family which doesn't have, which can't conceive.
But why are you bringing a baby to this life if you know that you cannot take care
That's
of them?
true.
Contraception.
And abstinence. Abstinence.
Are you abstaining?
I am.
Really?
So I'm not pregnant. Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, pro-life, choosing life has always been the best. You would always choose life. Given life and death, you would always choose life. But there are instances when life is not an option. Let's say circumstances, situations like rape. When I'm raped, why should I have the burden of carrying a baby to term when I'm raped?
And live the rest of your life very bitter about that baby and very emotionally broken.
Yes,
and you live to hate men.
Yes.
And hate the whole thought of baby making.
Yes, I actually have an example. There's a lady who was raped at a young age, and she gave birth to a boy. So the brothers took on the boy, and they're in the boy's life, but she's not interested, and she has other children. She had other children along the way, but this one, she's not.
The anger,
she's
the
not
rage,
interested.
And it just never goes away until you do some self-work and you heal.
That pain, I don't think that's a wound that can never heal, to be honest, because rape is on another level of torture.
It's too much emotional torture.
Yes. So pro-choice. To me, this whole pro-life, pro-choice debate is really affecting. It's taking away the right of women to choose
what to
do with their bodies.
Yes.
Yeah. So
that's so true.
So pro-life gives I don't know what is it. Gives some power to a woman. The woman knows that, oh, I'm in charge. This reminds me. So I was watching a podcast. The lady, she was 19. The guy was 25. She gave birth to a boy. But when she told the guy that she was pregnant, like, oh, I'm not ready to be a father. Then she carried on with the baby. So the guy goes ahead, has another son. No, the firstborn was a girl. Then he has a son. Then he has another son. So he has 3 kids. He's in the lives of the second kids. So the second born, they are not married. He's not married to the mom. And the third born, he's married to the mom. But he's not in the life of the daughter, or the first daughter. So the host asked the lady, so when you told him that when you told him that you're pregnant and he said that
He wasn't
he wasn't
to be a
ready,
father.
and you went on and had your baby, now if tables turned and it's you who said, no, I'm not ready, and he was ready, and you probably terminated the baby, you get, if tables turned, because she was ranting that he's not involved in the life of the baby,
life of that girl.
yes. So it is to me it's a two-way. If you're going to make a decision as a single woman, it's 100% to you.
All about you.
But if you're a couple, you're married and your husband probably wants and the woman doesn't want, that's a hard paper. It's too
That's how
controversial.
women have always been marginalized in society. Like I don't know if this whole thing of equality will ever really come to terms, because even when it comes to things like pregnancy, you as a woman,
You suffer more.
you suffer more.
Actually, reproductive health alone, because we men won't do the contraceptive. It's the women who will do the contraceptive. Then they get the weight. They have the side effects of the contraception. It falls under
The woman.
women. But when
When
it's so
the pregnancy
simple,
comes and she doesn't want it, she's down to do the abortion.
Or-
Meanwhile, the man is moving on his life
Yes,
as
the
per
life
usual.
goes on.
Yes.
but the woman will always leave behind. And even when you give birth to your child, the man, the day you give birth today, tomorrow the man will go to work. You are going to stay home for the next 3 months,
Taking care of the baby.
It's a journey that never ends. But the men comfortably move on.
Imagine if tables had turned. But you know, we even see this like in our society.
Yes.
When you get married and you guys are like taking long to have kids, or maybe you're even having like health issues, maybe
Yes.
fertility issues, it's always the woman they're pointing fingers at. It's never the man. It's never the man. Even when this couple goes and they do these tests and they realize that it's the man with the problem, everyone else will point at the woman.
Thank you for saying that. Because also in the recent DNA, the DNA saga that was going around Kampala, to me what I noticed that men were checking kids and they were finding most of the kids weren't theirs. Or all of them weren't theirs. What does that tell you?
That is the men with the health issues.
The men are infertile, but because of a woman, she will do everything to avoid the public from judging her. She
The
would
pressure,
rather-
the pressure of when are you having kids, when are you having kids.
She would rather go out, produce for you, and some will never say.
You know, that whole topic of DNA, it's actually a very sensitive thing. And I even thank God that it somehow came down, because it was starting to break families and whatnot. But
Male, I liked it because it showed light. It showed light onto the families that men in a family is not only the women. No, it showed equality. That what a man can do, a man can do better.
God. Melena, no.
Let me tell you.
Okay.
Let me tell you. I have a friend. So had just started driving. I gave him a lift. And then I had just started driving, but the way I was driving, then
You
he
were
said
not so confident.
Said her, that woman learns how to drive. She's worse than a man. So what women do, what a man can do, a woman will do 10 times more perfect. So men were okay going out having their children, and women say, hey.
Just to mention that that I know a woman can do better, but they would never have kids without.
Yeah, no, you always need a man. You always need a man for that. So anyway, the pro-life, pro-choice is a very
broad thing,
yeah.
and it's okay. The one thing I don't like about it is that it's the women who are really
who suffer most.
Yes, they're pushing this.
They're the minorities. They're always the minority. But instead, the law is always it always supports the minority. Do you know that?
But are they really supporting them within this thing?
No, but in this law, it's not.
They are not, and this is actually very sensitive, because if you're not ready to have a baby, why are they forcing you to have the baby?
Exactly.
If the mistake happened and you got pregnant and you want to get rid of it, why? We are not saying please go and do abortions, but
you should have the right to choose whether you want.
to choose whether you want to have
not
a baby.
all times.
Actually, marriage stops. Their thing is have the baby when you are ready. Yes, it should be your choice.
Children by choice, not
children
by
by choice. Yes, not by chance. So just because it happened as a mistake, the
shouldn't
law
be
or the
crucified
government,
because-
yes, they should not crucify you to have this baby and you go through the emotional torture of pregnancy, birth, delivery, and then taking care of the baby all by yourself because they passed
And
the
it
law.
never ends well. Even though you give birth to a baby, you won't have time to correct that baby. But also, just because you have a right, please don't go and abort in the second trimester and the third trimester.
Please use contraception.
Those are very dangerous.
That's why we have contraception,
Yeah.
guys.
So, within the first trimester, please go and make the choice. The choice is all yours.
Yes, because I feel like at that time the risks are quite low.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to avoid everything else to do with getting pregnant and getting rid of it, please use contraception.
Yeah. Oh, I'm saying.
Use condoms.
And we're not only talking about the women, also the men. Please, men, if you're not ready to have children, please don't
Why
go.
aren't you using protection?
Don't sire kids that are fatherless. It's not good for the society. You suffer with your kids. Yeah. So please share with us in the comment section. We'd really, really love to hear from
See
you.
what you guys think about this whole thing of pro-life and pro-choice, and do not forget to like and share and subscribe.
Bye bye. See you in the next one.